So before we kick off with that, I just want to ask a question. What do you understand by digital marketing? Can anybody try? What do you understand by digital marketing? If you have an idea as far as digital marketing is concerned, kindly indicate. No one? All right, let's see business owners. If you own a business here, just indicate. Any kind of business. Yes, what business do you own?
Spare part.
Spare part, okay. Who else? Who else? Business owners. There is nothing you do that helps you to generate income? Sorry? Yes?
Plumbing store.
Plumbing store. Plumbing materials. Who else? Yes?
I offer services.
What kind of services?
Software service and self-aids.
Okay. Sales of softwares and games online. Who else? Yes?
I used to just publish like the clothing and shoes online, but I sell as a middleman.
So okay, so you're an online shopper. Okay, let's begin with the owner of the spare part business. Right, so tell us, how do you market your products? The mic, please. How do you market your products?
Actually, I move from garage to garage.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I also have some mechanics which I work with. Yeah.
That's how you market your products.
Yeah.
Okay. Plumbing materials. How do you market your products?
Here, I work with a team, and since I am into civil engineering, I do almost the same. Like most of the time, I am the one doing the executions, so I assist the opportunity to sell directly.
How do you get your clients?
Because they come through the project we execute.
They come through the projects you execute.
Yes, for instance, I am into civil engineering, and most of the works at times are being done by us because we work like a team.
Okay.
Let me say I am the one heading the team.
Okay.
So I seize that opportunity to sell.
So those who are actually carrying out projects, they get to you.
Yes.
They need your services.
Yes.
Then from there you can make sales.
And also yes, and also I do go places to places.
Okay.
I have a card that I give it out.
Okay. So basically you still deal with offline sales. Okay. Software, sales of softwares and games. How do you get your clients?
Actually, I post on Facebook and.
Okay, you post on Facebook?
Yeah, I post on Facebook.
Only?
Yeah, only Facebook. Then I
Okay.
move from place to place.
Online shopper.
How I do get my clients, I get them through like online platform like WhatsApp, where I go to the shops like Lulu and all the rest, where I snap some articles, then I post them online. Yeah.
Okay. So basically you equally deal with Facebook and Instagram. All right, so when it comes to marketing, right? When it comes to normal marketing, there are several ways you can get clients, right? The first method could be one-on-one, right? So you meet people around, you talk to them about your business, and if they are interested, they are going to buy your business. Another method is for you to get a shop and you have passers-by, right? That will see your shop and they are going to purchase your product. Another method could be you designing flyers. You design flyers, you move around, you give it out to people, and in turn, if they're interested in whatever you're selling or whatever you're offering, they are going to get back to you, right? Another method could be the media. You could go to radio station, a TV station, and you advertise your products or services, right? Another method could be what? Magazines. Maybe a newspaper company, you meet them, you tell them you have this product or service you want to advertise, and they are going to help you for a particular fee, right? Now, what majority of you have actually explained to us or have actually told us here falls under what we call traditional marketing. So we rely more on traditional marketing to get most of our clients. All right? So that actually leads us to what we call digital marketing. So digital marketing is all about you moving from the traditional way of advertising your products by using what we call digital tools. So rather than using the various traditional tools to advertise your business, you can decide to do what? To convert your business from traditional to digital. Now, what do I mean by traditional to digital? As far as digital is concerned, you're going to be using things like social media platforms, all right? Under social media platforms, we have maybe Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, and so on. We have X, and so on, right? You could equally use websites. So these are the major digital tools you can use to advertise your businesses online. Though we equally have the mobile applications, but not all businesses can actually get a mobile app. All right, so that's why most of the times we focus our attention here on social media platforms and websites. So digital marketing is the use of digital tools, okay, to create awareness, to advertise your product or services. Now, when you ask a question, sometimes when you ask the question, what is marketing or what is digital marketing? Many people say that digital marketing is all about the sales of products online. All right, but then digital marketing is not all about sales. You can advertise your business online, or you can advertise any event online, or whatever you have, or whatever products or services which you believe might not actually generate you income, but you can actually use digital marketing tools to advertise that particular product or services. So it's not all about sales, even though for many businesses, sales is their main objective. All right, sales could be the main objective of some businesses, but then when it comes to digital marketing, awareness should be your main objective. Awareness or advertisement. All right. So for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Tamon Dieudonne. I reside in the United Arab Emirates. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Tadita Group Institute. I'm an MBA holder and a CPD, PhD, and Google certified digital marketing expert. So with time, you're going to learn more about me, and I believe we are going to share more knowledge as far as digital marketing is concerned. So here are some of my certifications. And of course, at Adita Group Institute, our main goal is to ensure that you become a certified digital marketing expert, a certified BIM expert, and a certified human resource management expert. Here are our registrations and accreditations. So here are majority of our team members, though some pictures are not here. But I think we have a handful of them. So in today's workshop, we are going to focus our attention on digital marketing. We are going to look at the various digital marketing modules. We're going to ensure that you really understand what digital marketing is all about. And I believe at the end of this session, you are going to go home with lots and lots of knowledge as far as digital marketing is concerned. So digital marketing is a process of building and maintaining customer relationships through online activities to facilitate the exchange of ideas, products, and services. Like I earlier mentioned, when it comes to digital marketing, it's not about sales. You're either creating relationships, you're either creating awareness. All right? So during the process of creating this awareness or creating this relationship, you're actually exchanging what? Ideas, products, or services. Why are people going online? Why do people go online on a daily basis? When last did you use Google? When last did you use Google? And what did you search on? What were you searching on Google?
I searched about SEO.
SEO. What else? Yes?
I was searching about architectural universities.
Okay. What else? Yes?
I was searching on the benefits of a credit union.
Benefits of a credit union. Okay. What else? Yes?
I searched more on ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Okay. So majority of what we were searching online, we're actually trying to get ideas, trying to get information, right, about a particular topic. There are other people who will go online to search for a particular product, right? You want to buy a particular product, you don't know where to get that product. So basically, the internet is your one-stop place where you believe that whatever you search, you are actually going to get results. Now, as far as digital marketing is concerned, there are several modules. I'm just going to list them. We have So as far as digital marketing is concerned, we have several digital marketing modules. We have the search engine marketing. We have search engine optimization. We have social media marketing. Before the coming of digital marketing, we had traditional marketing, right? And as far as traditional marketing is concerned, we were dealing with what? We dealt with flyers, we dealt with newspapers, right? We dealt with the media, and we had what? One-on-one. As far as digital marketing is concerned, all this has been converted, all right, into digital marketing. It's the same thing, just that we are now using digital marketing tools to achieve our objective. Okay, so we have the we call these the three major digital marketing modules. You can't talk about digital marketing without mentioning these three major modules. So apart from the 3 major modules, we have other digital marketing modules such as content marketing, we have email marketing, we have affiliate marketing, we have web design, and graphic design. And of course, we have artificial intelligence in digital marketing. So these are some of the modules you will come across. But as far as digital marketing is concerned, you must understand these 3 modules. Then the others can come in any order. So we are going to be talking about some of these modules in today's workshop. I hope we are not caught up with time. And I believe at the end of this workshop, you're going to understand how these various modules operate. Very, very important. All right. So let's begin with the first module. How many of you own websites? If you own a website, just indicate. Anyone? No one. Now, when it comes to digital marketing, right? Websites are the core. You can't talk about digital marketing without mentioning websites. All right? Websites are the core, which means that everything evolves around websites. Before the coming of social media platforms, we already had websites. In fact, social media platforms are websites, right? The only difference is that most of them have mobile applications where you can have access. But then if you're browsing a if you want to get access to a social media platform on your PC, of course you have to visit the website. For example, facebook.com, right? If you want to create an account on Facebook, you have to go to facebook.com. If you want to create an account on LinkedIn, you have to go to linkedin.com. So basically, these social media platforms are still what? They are still websites. All right? So when websites actually came into existence, their main purpose was just to share ideas. I believe during that period, you heard about Yahoo, right? And during that period, you noticed that you could only get access to the Yahoo website. It was after some time that we had the Yahoo Messenger. I don't think there is anyone here still using Yahoo Messenger, right? So we only had access to the websites during that period, and we could do our searches online, right? And during that period, when websites came into existence, we only had a one-way traffic. What do I mean by a one-way traffic? You could only go online and you do a research, right? You do a research, you don't even know who had posted that content on the internet. And of course, you can't get access, you can't connect with the owner of that website. It was just a one-way traffic, which means you could only do your research online. So, with the coming of different websites, different companies creating websites, there was a need to have that interaction between the owners of a website and the audience that are actually doing their research. That's how digital marketing came into play, because without that connection between the audience and those who own the website, without that connection, then there is no digital marketing. So with that interconnection, it gave birth to what? To digital marketing. So people could get connected with the owners of a website, and with that, so many people tend to do what? They tend to advertise their businesses online. So when you advertise your business online, you tend to place your contacts, you tend to place your email addresses for people to get back to you as far as your business is concerned. Now, in order to get access to a website, what do you need? In order to get access to a website, what do you need? If I want you to search for, yes, what do you need? Sorry? Apart from the name, what tool do you need to get access to a website? Apart from the device, which digital tool do you need? Sorry? Now, open your phone, right? Do you have internet connection? I want you to do a search. Just open your phone. I want you to do a search. All right? I want you to search Amazon. Amazon.com. Before searching that Amazon, what do you click before searching the Amazon? Sorry? Sorry? No. What do you click? Sorry? A search plan. What do you click? Which app? Chrome. What is Chrome? What is Chrome? Chrome is not a search engine. What is Chrome? What is Chrome? What is Chrome? Chrome is not a search engine. What is Chrome? Sorry? Chrome is a browser. Chrome is a browser. Now, it is with the help of a browser that you get access to a search engine. Now, when you open Chrome, when you open the Chrome browser, what do you use now to do your search?
Search engine.
What's the name of the search engine?
Google.
Google. Right? From Google, you now move to what? You now move to what? The website you want to search. Now, with Chrome, okay, with Chrome you can get access to what? You can get access to different browsers, to different search engines, sorry. So, with the help of Chrome, you can get access to Google, you can get access to Bing, you can get access to Yahoo. So with a single browser, you can get access to these search engines. Without search engines, you can't search a particular website. Which means that before you search for that website, you're passing through two steps. First, you need to get access to a browser, then you move to what? A search engine. It is on the search engine that you do your search to get a result. Which means I can still open my Chrome instead of using Google. I know that the default browser, the default search engine for Chrome is Google, right? Immediately open your Chrome, it takes you to Google. But if I don't want to do my search on Google, I'll just go to the search bar and I'll type bing.com. And under bing.com, I can now do my search. I search the website I want. Those are things you need to understand. I hope it's clear. All right. So businesses create websites. Businesses create websites not for fancy. They create websites to ensure that these websites appear on the pages of these search engines. You create your website, hillotech.com. Let's say hillotechconstruction.com is a website, okay? Now, you create this website because you want those people that keep visiting the various search engines to see your website. Right? So when you create your website, you want your website to appear on Google, you want your website to appear on Bing, you want your website to appear on Yahoo. This is already a form of what? Advertisement, right? You want people to see your business, and you don't just create a website because you feel like creating a website. You create a website because you want to showcase your business to other people. So a website is acting as what? Your online shop, right? The same physical business you create, you can actually create that same business digitally by creating a website, and you display all the products or services which you have on that same website, right? Now, once you've created your website and there is content on that website, there are several ways you can ensure that this content reaches out to your audience. How can people actually see my website whenever they click, whenever they go on Google? If someone is searching for an architect, what can I do to ensure that whenever they do the search, my website pops up? What can I do on my website to ensure that if someone is searching on Bing, or if someone is searching the word architect on Bing, my website should pop up? Why is it that each time you go on Google Chrome, and you search something like iPhone 12, you always find Amazon at the top? Is it that Amazon is the only e-commerce platform? Is that Amazon is the only platform that sells iPhones? No. It's because they have ensured that they have followed the rules. There are several steps which they have followed to ensure that people are able to see their products or services whenever they search on a search engine. That brings us to search engine marketing, which is one of the major digital marketing models. So we have search engine marketing and search engine optimization. So whenever you create a website, you want that website to show on these platforms, right? Now, these platforms have their rules and regulations, which you need to follow if you want your website to actually appear under their search engines. Now, let me just do a search here. All right, so here is a search. Rent a car, UAE. Now, let me just take rent a car to see if it's going to pop up for... We don't really have ads in Cameroon. Okay, let me just go with UAE. All right, so I've done a search. All right, I'm using the search engine Google to do a search, and we have a variety of results that have been given to us, right? So these are companies that have created their website, and there are contents on their website. So they are trying to see the ways they can actually showcase their products to their audience. Right? Now, I just did a search, rent a car. After doing the search, these websites popped up. All right? We have millions of websites or millions of competitors that deal in the same product or the same service. But why are these companies actually the first on this page? Under normal circumstances, if I do a search online and I get results, there is the high probability that I'm going to click on one of these three, right? It will be very difficult for me to even move to the next page. There is the higher chance that what I am actually looking for, I am going to find it on this first page. So if you're creating a website and you want your website to appear on the Google search engine result page, what are the things you have to do? So there are two ways, or there are two methods, or two modules which you have to understand. We have the search engine marketing and the search engine optimization. Now, looking at this result, all right? Looking at the result on the screen, you notice that there are two different types. You might not notice it now, but once I've explained, you're going to notice. Now, you notice that there are two different results. If I scroll down, let me scroll down a little. Okay, now these are all contents from different websites. All right, this Superior Car Rentals, their own content ends here. This Heads UAE, their own content ends here, and so on. Right, so these are contents from different websites. Now, when you look at this carefully, you will notice that there is one thing that makes this result different from this one. What could that be? Look at it carefully. There is something you're going to find here that you won't find here. Oh, let me explain. Let me take it up again. Now, the first three results which you find here have something in common. Right? You're going to see something which is common between these three. Yes.
Sponsored.
Good. The word sponsored. You notice that there is a word sponsored here, here, and here, and even here. Right? Now, if I scroll down, maybe after the first four results, you are not going to find that same word here and here. Okay? So, this word sponsored simply means that these companies, right, after creating their website, they notice that the website is still very new, and it will be very difficult for people searching online to easily get their website. All right. Now, whenever you create a website, like I earlier mentioned, whenever you create a website, there are some rules and regulations which you need to follow to ensure that your website appears here. These are one of the most popular search engine platforms. And if I want to do a research, if I'm not using Google, then I'm using Bing. If I'm not using Bing, probably I'm using what? Yahoo. But this is the most popular search engine, which is sometimes embedded in your browser. Right? So what am I going to do to ensure that my website always appears here when someone does a search? All right? So there are two methods. The first method is that you can actually pay this company, Google. You can pay Google so that Google can always show most of the contents that are on your website on their browser. All right? Or you can actually make sure that the content which is on your website is actually convenient, or Google, you make sure that the content is actually convenient to Google and the audience. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Is it understood? Good. Good. So you have to ensure that the content which you have on your website is good in the eyes of Google and the audience. Remember, whatever is on your website, you're actually placing that content for your audience. But then there are some rules which you need to follow to ensure that it meets up with the guidelines of this search engine platform. If not, your website will never pop up when someone does a search. So we talked about these two results. So the word sponsored here simply indicates that these companies have paid the search engine platform Google so that Google can show their ad on this page. Now, this page which you see here is known as the search engine result page. All right. In terms of Google, we call it the Google result page. All right. But generally, we call it what? Search engine result page. So whenever you type a word at the top as an audience, this word which you see here, rent a car, it is known as a search term. It is known as a search term to the audience. All right. But to a digital marketer, for the person who has placed this word under this site, it is known as a keyword. All right, it is known as a keyword. So, how did these companies ensure that their results are always showing here at the top of their screen? Now, like I earlier mentioned, we have the word sponsored and we don't have the word sponsored here. The sponsored here simply means these companies have paid Google to ensure that their ads are always at the top. Now, on this Google search engine result page, you always have a maximum of 7 ads. All right, so these are known as paid ads. These companies have paid Google to ensure that their ads are always showing on the first page of the Google search result page. Now, on this page, we always have a maximum of 7 paid ads. All right, there are always a maximum of 7, 4 at the top and 3 at the bottom. When you look at this result here, you notice that we have sponsored 1, 2, 3, 4. After the 4, you won't have any ad here, right? But if you scroll down, you might probably have another ad at the bottom. See, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. See, this is where the page ends. So we have 4 at the top and 3 at the bottom. That is the maximum number of ads you're going to see. All right. So in between, we have what we call free ads. All right. So we have the paid ads here and the free ads here. So whenever you create a website, right, you need to ensure that you put in all the content that are necessary and make sure you follow the guidelines that have been laid down by these search engine platforms. But then, before your website starts appearing on this platform, you must have done a lot of work, and longevity matters. So while waiting for that website to optimize, while waiting for the content to be digested by Google, you can go ahead and start creating paid ads so that people can start seeing your business while waiting for the content on your website to get mature. Okay, so while waiting, you can now create what we call the paid ads. So these companies which you see at the top with the word sponsored, they have actually created a paid ad whereby when people do a search, the first thing that pops up is what? Those paid ads. Then after the paid ads, you now have what? The free ads that follow. Now, when it comes to paid ads, there are different types. And in order to create a paid ad as a digital marketer, you have to visit the Google Ad platform, right? We have a platform which is known as the Google Ad platform, which you can get access to it through ads.google.com. That is where all paid ads are being created. Now, when you create a paid ad, in order to link those ads to your website, you need to add what? The final URL link to the ads. Once you place those links, whenever someone does a search and sees your ad, once they click on this ad, it's going to take them to that website. Very important. All right, now you will notice that after doing our search, the first company we have there is what? We have thrift, we have rental cars, we have Douala UAE, and Superior Cars. And then below we have one minute, guys. So below we have, let's see, we have Taji Car Rents, Car Jets, and now these are the companies that are leading as far as paid ads are concerned, right? We have Thrift at the top, then we have Car Rental, we have Douala UAE, Superior Cars, and so on. Now, when you look at these companies, right, they are not appearing on the first, second, and third position by random. Okay, they don't appear here by random. These companies, they are actually doing what we call bidding war. All right. Before creating an ad on Google, the first thing you have to do is you have to do your research. You do research, you try to find out the kind of keywords or the type of words which people will always search in order to do what? To rent a car. For example, people might be searching for what? Rental cars. People may be searching for what? Car rentals. People may be searching for rent a car. All right. So these are what we call keywords. So in order, when you're creating your ad, you need to ensure that these words are actually placed in the ad. If you don't place these words in your ad, when people do a search online, they will not be able to see your ad, even if it's a paid ad. So you have to ensure that these words are found on that ad after you've created it. All right. Now, these companies are actually bidding, all right, for these keywords. So we did a search there, rent a car UAE. All these companies have placed the word rent a car UAE in their ads. All right. But then some of them are bidding higher than another. What do I mean by bidding? When you're placing a keyword in your ad, you have to decide how much you're willing to pay for one click. All right. How much you are willing to pay, because obviously when people do a search, they will obviously come and click on the ad to get their results, right? So whenever you create that ad, you need to indicate how much you are willing to pay for one click. When someone actually clicks on the ad, how much are you willing to pay? So the companies that are always at the top are actually bidding higher. This company might have indicated that they are going to pay $10 for one click, while this company $9, the next one $8. We have 7, 6, 5, 4. And that's the reason why they are on these positions. So if you bid higher when you're creating your ad, you're obviously going to be at the top. If you bid lower, you're going to be at the bottom. All right. So there is high level of competition when it comes to the keywords. Now at this level, I'm still talking about paid ads. And obviously, in order to create these paid ads, you must go through this process as far as Google is concerned. Now, we talked about websites when we started, all right? So when it comes to search engine marketing, when it comes to creating these ads, you actually need a website. Without a website, you can't create paid ads on Google. Very important, all right? So search engine marketing simply means you're using websites, all right? You're using websites to actually create paid advertisement, which will be displayed to your audience. While search engine optimization is simply you using your website without paying for it, but making sure that there is great content on your website in such a way that when people do search, they're easily going to see your website. Now, when it comes to paid ads, so I've just talked about the number of ads which we have on our search engine result page. Now, when it comes to the ads itself, there are different types of paid ads, and I believe majority of you have come across these ads. We've already talked about the first one. The one which I've just shown you right now is known as a search ad. So we have types of Google ads. All right. The first one we've just made mention of is what? Text ads. Now, why do I call this a text ad? So this is a text ad because we don't find images attached to this ad, right? You see, we only have text here, and text here. So they are all text ads because images are not attached to them. If you see an image attached to any text ad, know that this image has been generated from a website. Now, let me still explain to you this. When you're creating paid ads, right, we are using another platform. But then after creating the paid ad, there's always what we call the final URL. It's just like you're posting content on your social media platform, right? You have a website, you've posted a content, maybe an image, and then above that image, you have a description of that content, right? So when you type in your description, you're equally going to place the link of your website. So you are redirecting people from that social media platform to your website. You're advertising. For those of you who do online shopping, right? Online sales. Whenever you advertise on Facebook or on WhatsApp, when you post a content on WhatsApp, if someone wants to get to you, the person will just click on that on that image, right? And the person will be redirected to your WhatsApp. Or when you post on Facebook, you might have your WhatsApp number that is attached to that Facebook, right? And when people click on it, it redirects them to what? To your, maybe your WhatsApp. The same thing happens when you're creating Google Ads. When you create Google Ads, you need to redirect people to the final destination or the final URL. That is why when you do a search on iPhone 12, for example, when you see that ad and you click on the ad, it's going to take you to a page on Amazon that you can actually buy that product from. That is why we call it the final URL. So if I have to click on this ad right now, it will redirect me to this website. All right? And I'm going to actually find this particular service on this website. So we've talked about text ad, right? The next type of ad we're going to talk about is video ad. I believe most of us watch YouTube on daily basis, right? And let's see if we're actually going to get, I'm not sure we'll get a YouTube ad here, but let's see. So have you ever noticed a scenario whereby when you're watching a video on YouTube, you always get that interruption? Some videos usually pop up. I want a lengthy video. Let's see if I can get one. Let's see if we're going to get paid ad from this. So have you noticed that whenever you're watching a video on YouTube, immediately you click on that video to start watching, there is that interruption. A video will initially pop up, right? You have to wait for that video to play for like 5 seconds before you skip the video. Or when you're watching a video, maybe towards the middle of that video, you still receive a pop-up. That is what we call a video ad or YouTube ad. All right, and you equally create that ad with the help of the ad.google.com. So during the process of creating that ad, you are going to actually upload your video, and you equally have your final URL link which you're going to attach. So that particular video will be shown to people who always get access to the YouTube platform. So that is what we call a YouTube ad. Then of course we have what we call display ad. All right. So display ads usually appear on partner websites. Sometimes you hear someone says he's a blogger, right? They say, what's your profession? You say you are a blogger. Or maybe you are a content creator. You create content for websites, right? Now you ask yourself, as a blogger, how do you make money? Anybody? I'm sure you must have heard the word blogger before. How do they make their money? Yes?
They create blogs that they write on certain topics and sell it to online using social media platform.
Yes. Another person? Yes.
Create content or post it.
They create content and post on their website. The question is, how do they make money? Who knows of Mimi Mefon? Yes.
I think they make their money through sponsorship and say sometimes affiliate marketing.
Yes.
I think they make their money through the traffic they get.
Through the traffic they get. Who knows Mimi Mefon? A journalist, right? And what does she do? Basically, what does she do? Now she has a website, mimimefoinfos.com. All right. Now on this website, she creates articles and posts them, right, like a newspaper or a magazine, right? Now, when you visit her website, you will notice that there are some advertisements that are going through, like in the form of images. I don't know why they. Let's see if we can. All right, so this is her website, right? She basically creates blogs or blog posts on daily basis on the recent happenings. Now, we are so limited in Cameroon. I don't know if we're going to see any ad here. Let's see. Still loading. So basically what happens is that whenever you do a search on a website like this, you're going to find some images that are being displayed on the website. And these images are advertising businesses of maybe real estate companies, all right, maybe e-commerce platforms like Amazon. So you will see the advertisement popping up, and sometimes you say, wow, does it mean that Mimi Mefo is in partnership with Amazon for their images to be shown on her website, or are these real estate agents partnering with her? And sometimes you think that she gets money from them and advertise their products on her website. But that's not the case. What happened is that Mimi Mefo is a partner to Google instead. Okay, so she becomes a partner with Google through what we call Google AdSense. Through what we call Google AdSense. Okay, so when she partners with Google, Google is going to be using the display ads that we create on their platform. Google is going to display that ad on Mimi Mefo's website. And when it comes to display ads, you only create that with the help of images. There are no texts, no videos, only images. All right. So these images are being displayed on the partner websites. Those websites that have partnered with Google, and Google is intending what? Showing advertisement on their website. So basically, Google will get the money. Google will get money from the digital marketers that have created a display ad. All right. And is going to use part of that money to pay Mimi Mefo for using her platform to do what? To show those advertisements. Then of course we have what we call shopping ads. When you do a search online as far as products are concerned, you might come across paid ads from e-commerce platforms. Let's see if we have some here. There is no paid ad here. All right, let me just show you how it looks like. Shopping ads. We don't have e-commerce platforms in Cameroon, so we're going to do with what we have. So whenever you do a search for a product, all right, especially in developed countries where there are so many e-commerce platforms, you're going to see an ad like this. This one is looking good. Yes, the internet is so bad. So you're going to see ads in this format. Let me just show you here. You're going to see ads in this format, whereby you're going to see the image of the product here. Image of the product, all right? You're going to find the name of the product. You're going to find the price, all right? And you might find what? Description. So if we search for iPhone 12, for example, right, you're going to have the image of the product here, all right? So you may have the image of the product here. Then here you have iPhone 12. Then you have maybe the price, maybe $2,000. Then maybe you have a description here, maybe 128 GB stroke, maybe 48 MP, something like that. And when you click on this ad, it's going to take you to a page where the full detail about this product is located. That's how a shopping ad looks like. So we've talked about text ads, text, we've talked about display, we've talked about shopping, video, stroke YouTube ads. All right. Then we equally have what we call the call only ad. I cannot show that one here. We equally have what we call the mobile app. You've noticed that when you're browsing on your smartphone, when you're using a particular mobile application, you see ads that keeps popping up. They actually disrupt whatever you're doing online, right? You have to wait for that ad to maybe the video or whatever to play, right? So those ads are created mainly for mobile apps. So when you create that app, it's going to be shown on mobile devices. Is that okay? Then for call only, if you're using your smartphone, you must have noticed that when you do a search on Google, right? When you do a search on Google, you're going to get the results. Then below that result, there is a phone number. Okay? So when you click on that phone number, it goes to a direct call. It goes to the dialer. Is that okay? So that is what we call the call only app. And all this, as a digital marketer, if you want to become a digital marketer, you must know how to create all these types of ads as far as search engine marketing is concerned. So these ads can not only be created on Google, you can equally create the ad on Bing or on Yahoo. All right, so that's just a summary as far as search engine marketing is concerned. Then, I am sure you must have heard the word PPC before. Now, when you look at these ads, for example, we have the text ad, we have the shopping ad, we have the call only ad, these three, right? Now, how does Google charge companies that are creating this type of ad? Now, when you create a text ad like what we have here, when you create a text ad like this, so when someone does a search, when someone searches for rent a car UAE and these ads pop up, these companies are not going to pay Google immediately. All right? They are not going to pay Google immediately. They are going to pay Google when someone does the search and clicks on the ad, which means that if I want Google to charge this Drift UAE right now, I will just click on this ad. Okay? If I click on this ad, this company is going to pay for that click that I've just done. Which means if I go back and I click again, that's how they are going to be charging the company. So companies actually pay for text ads only when someone clicks on them. Where is the search? So companies only pay for these ads when someone clicks on them. The same thing goes with shopping ads. All right, for shopping ads as well, these companies will only pay when someone clicks on them. I don't know why this thing is not loading. Let's try again. So it looks like this, okay? It's a little bit blur. You notice that this is the name of the product, right? We have the price, then maybe a brief description here. We have address, we have free shipping. Let me open this one if it's going to open. Just want to view this one. The network is so bad that we cannot even. But I'm sure it's quite clear, right? See, that's the name of the product, the price. Then you might get a brief description about the product here. That's how a shopping ad looks like. And beside this shopping ad, you're going to notice the word sponsor. All right? This sponsor indicates that what these are all paid ads. And of course, they are not occupying this position by random. This particular company that created this ad is paying higher as far as the keywords are concerned, all right, as compared to these other companies. That's basically how it happens. All right, so I was talking about the word PPC, and I mentioned that companies only pay when someone clicks on their ad. That is why it is known as what? Pay per click. All right, so these companies will only pay for the ads when someone clicks on them. Then of course we have display and video. For display and video, we call it PPM. All right, so it is cost. Okay, cost. Sorry. We have pay per milli or pay per 1,000 impression. 1,000 impression. So it means that when you create a video ad or you create a display ad as a digital marketer, you are going to pay Google when your ad is being displayed 1,000 times. So if you're bidding simply means you tell Google, because when you're creating this ad, you actually tell Google how much you have. All right? How much are you willing to pay per click? How much are you willing to pay per 1,000 views? How much are you willing to pay per 1,000 display as far as display ads are concerned? So you might decide that, okay, I'll be paying $1 for 1,000 views. All right. So after every 1,000 view, Google is going to charge you $1. But remember, again, we have several competitors in that same industry. So if you're willing to pay $1 per 1,000 impression, there is someone who is willing to pay maybe $2 per 1,000 impression. So Google is forced to show more of the second person's ads than yours if you guys are in the same industry. Is that okay? Good. So that's it as far as search engine marketing is concerned. Now let's talk about search engine optimization. Let's talk about search engine optimization. Who works in a financial institution here? Anybody? All right. For every organization that pays taxes, right, at the end of the year, they have to declare their taxes to the government. They have to declare, there's what we call tax declaration. Right. Now, when it comes to tax declaration, you need to present what? Your financial statement. All right. So they want to look at your financial statement if it meets up, all right, with a standard that have been laid by the government. So for most organizations, they don't know how to work with their documents. They don't know how this document should look like when you're presenting to the government. So you're trying your possible best to ensure that you don't differ as far as tax declaration is concerned. So what most organizations do is that they hire or they recruit external labor, all right, known as what? Known as auditors. So these auditors will come to your organization, get all your documents. They are going to go through your expenditures, your income, to see if it meets up with what? The financial standards of the country, right? If there are some adjustments, they are going to tell you as an organization that please remove this. If you don't remove this, you're going to pay higher taxes, all right? So without auditors, companies are going to pay so much taxes because you'll be paying taxes based on your income. So the government might say that income tax is about, let's say, if they say it's 5%, it means that if you declare an income of 10 million, you should pay a tax of what? 5% of 10 million, right? So that auditor will be there to ensure that you try to remove some incomes that are not really important. so that your income, your yearly income will drop and you're going to pay less taxes. All right? And sometimes if you declare something as an income, which is normally not supposed to be there, you might be charged. All right? You might pay higher charges. Okay? So those auditors are there to help you to ensure that what? You are actually meeting up with the norms. All right? So once that is done, they tell you go ahead, your document is complete. You can now submit your documents to the government. That is when you do what? You can now submit. All right? And the government will now tell you how much you're going to pay as taxes. Now, when it comes to your website and optimization, remember, when you create a website, it doesn't end there. That is why we always encourage web developers. We always encourage web developers to do what? To learn what we call search engine optimization. Now, when you create a website and you want that website to rank on the various search engine platforms. So, which search engine platforms did we mention earlier? First one. We have Google, we have Bing, and we have Yahoo. So, these platforms, these search engine platforms are acting like the government. All right? They're acting as the government. So, whenever you create your website, you need to ensure that your website meets up with the rules and regulations that have been laid down by these search engine platforms. If the rules are not in accordance to what they have laid down, your website will never appear. No matter how many times people search your website online, it will never appear. It will never appear. Now, when I talk about searching, I don't mean you go to the address bar and you go and type your website there, let's say Amazon.com. If you open your phone, you go to Google, at the top bar, the address bar where you actually type. If you just go there and you type Amazon.com, it will take you directly to the website, right? It will take you directly to the website. But when you go there and you just type Amazon, obviously you're going to get results. You choose, right, from the results. Or if you go to that same address bar and you type maybe iPhone, you're going to get so many companies that are dealing with iPhone, right? Those are search results. So to ensure that your website meets up or your website is always shown, you need to follow what? The rules and regulations that have been laid down by these platforms. All right? So when you create your website, you place your content. All right? Now, there is what we call web structure optimization. Web structure optimization. All right. So what is web structure optimization? It simply means that the things you have to do on your website to make sure that it optimizes. All right. I'm saying so because if you actually decide in future to create a website, right, you are not a digital marketer, but then you actually want to showcase your business online with the help of a website. Basically, you're going to see, you'll be able to know if this website has been well optimized following the web structure optimization. All right. Now, what are the things you need to do to ensure that your website optimizes or your website looks somehow good in the eyes of Google? The first thing is that you have to ensure that you have at least 300 words for every page you create on your website. At least 300 words. So with this, if you hire a web developer and the web developer creates a website, when you open that website, open a single web page, you notice that the words are not 300. You ask the web developer, why am I having less than 300 words on this page? If we don't have more than 300 and above, our website might not be optimized, right? So as a web developer, he or she might not know what this is all about. The same website, you should have at least 3 images. You should have at least 3 images on that website. Okay? Then of course, the website should be, now before we get to mobile friendly, the website should have what we call event buttons. Now what are event buttons? Sometimes when you visit the website, maybe at the bottom here, you will find what we call live chat, right? Live chat, or you might find the WhatsApp button on the website. So whenever someone clicks on that button, it takes the person to WhatsApp, or when the person clicks on the live chat, it takes the person to a small box on the side of the screen where you can communicate with the support team. These are known as what? Event buttons. Buttons that can redirect you to maybe a support or to communicate with someone directly, they are known as what? Event buttons. Once you place search on your website, Google is going to be very, very happy with the content you just shared. Okay? Then of course, your website should equally be mobile friendly. What do I mean by mobile friendly? Websites that are not mobile friendly will hardly display on a smartphone. All right? Now, if I open this website, let's click on, let's say this website, for example. All right? Now, if I decide to reduce the size of this to that of a mobile phone, so let me restore this. See, once I start, so once I start resizing this page, you notice that all the information on the side do what they adjust. Look at how this one is adjusting in such a way that I can actually see every content you see, right? And even the menu now moves toward this side. So if I click here, I'll see the menu. So if you actually access this website on your mobile device, this is how it's going to look like. That's what we mean by what? Mobile friendly. All right? If your website is not mobile friendly, it becomes a problem. The next point is that your website needs to be very fast. All right? It should be very, very fast. And there are tools as a digital marketer you can use to ensure that the speed of your website is great. But there are things you can do on your websites to ensure that the speed is great. I hope it's understood. So we're talking about websites, and I mentioned that for your website to be recognized by these platforms, you need to ensure you optimize them with some of these tools I've just mentioned. These are just a few of them. All right. Make sure that these tools are actually they're actually available. Now, so we have here search engine platforms. Once you've placed this content, or once you've ensured that your website meets with the norms or the rules and regulations of this platform, you now have to invite these platforms to visit your website. All right? It's like we talked about the financial institution, we talked about you calling an auditing team, right, to come and do what? Check your documents to ensure that they meet up with the standards, right? The same thing happens here. Once you've designed your website, you need to invite agents from these platforms to visit your website. All right? When they visit your website, they have to report back to Google. So Google will see if actually your website is great. Sometimes people can design a website perfectly. The website is well optimized, but it is not still ranking, because you have not invited these search engine platforms to come and go through your website to see if it meets up with the standards. All right? So once that is done, you have to invite Google. Now, once you invite Google, Google is going to send their agents. All right? They don't send just one nor two. They send their agents, about 1,000 of them. All right? These agents, we call them crawlers. They act like scavengers. Okay? So when they get into your website, they peruse your website and they try their possible best to ensure they visit every page of your website. So if you have 100 pages on your website, make sure that these guys can have access to the website. All right? One point which I did not mention here is that you should have what we call internal links on your website. What do we mean by internal link? Now, if you look at this website, right, for every link you see here, when I click on any link here, it takes me to a page. See, if I scroll down, for example, you see this, my mouse pointer changes, right? If I click here, it is going to take me to another website. All right? And on this website, you're equally going to have links. So that's the link that I've just clicked on. You notice that you cannot actually see the link, but that link has been placed. All right? A link has been placed at the back end of this image. All right? So once you click on that link, it takes you to another page. So this image here is acting as an anchor. Okay, it's just supporting that text. You can't see the text there because it has been placed by the digital marketer at the back end. All right, so once you click on it, there is a link that has been attached to this page. Once you click on it, it takes you to another page. And if I scroll down, you see images are here. If I scroll down, I might find other links here. See, if I click on this one, it still takes me to another page. So you have to ensure that you have variety of links so that these crawlers, how do they peruse your website? If you have 100 websites, make sure that you have 100 links. All right, so that when they visit your website, maybe from the home page, they can now get through what? All the other pages through what? The links you've attached. Without those links, they cannot get access to the other pages. Okay, so when these crawlers visit your website, they get the information they want. They are now going to do what? They are now going to report back. They get the information and they report back to what? To these platforms. All right. When they report back to the platforms are going to look at the content. All right. If they find the content very important or very necessary, they are going to now start ranking your website. Okay. That is where the process of ranking begins. Now, this entire process, from you creating your website, inviting Google sending the crawlers coming to your website, reporting back to Google, and Google start ranking your website, is known as indexing. All right, so indexing is simply what? The process where these crawlers come to your website, okay, or let's say Google sends crawlers, all right, crawlers visit your website, and after visiting your website, they get the information they want and they report back to what? To Google. Or they will report back to Google. Let's put it. They report back to Google, and Google now start the ranking. Okay, this process is known as indexing. So you see these websites which we found here. So it's here now. So you see these websites we found here without the word sponsor, right? These are all free ads. And these ads here as a result of what? Search engine optimization. These websites have met with what? The rules and regulations that have been laid down by the various search engine platforms. That is why you see their websites are here. All right, and people tend to trust free ads as compared to what? Paid ads. Because with paid ads, anybody can create a paid ad, right? Anyone can contact a digital marketer. Even if you're dealing with fraudulent activities, you can still create paid ads. But when it comes to free ads, for your website to appear here, especially in developed countries, all right, because in developing countries, you notice that not so many people actually create websites and not so many people actually optimize their websites. All right, but in developed countries, when you see websites without the word sponsored on the first page of the search engine result, know that these are trustworthy websites and their content is what? It's actually legit. And they have made sure they follow what? The WSO rules which we just mentioned here. All right, so that's just a summary as far as search engine optimization is concerned. So one of our colleagues is going to actually give you guys that in detail so you can actually understand how it works perfectly.